Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Kwanda Wath with the Great Millstone Charlotte Camp, coming with a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And this lesson, man, just real quick, you know, exhortation. Just going into how our mutual faith, brings comfort, man. Right? Being around other believers, right, increases your faith or can increase your faith, should increase your faith, right? Being around people of of like mind, right, increases your faith. It builds you up, man. Right? That's why the scriptures talk about. Actually, let's get that. Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, man. Right? Because that's where a lot of the building takes place, right? Behind the lessons, behind the live streams, right? That building takes place, right? In these interactions between believers, man, right? Assembling, I think it is. Yep. This is Hebrews 10 and verse 25. Not forsaking, let's start in 24, 23. It reads, "Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promised." Right? So, being sturdy and steadfast in what we believe in, man. Right? We believe in these prophecies. We believe in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? We believe in all these things, and we have to hold that firm. Right? It says, "And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works." Right? So we motivate each other, right, through these interactions, man. Now, if you watch the videos, you get motivated, right? You around brothers, you get motivated, right? You talk to brothers on group chats or on phone calls, it motivates you, man. You know, it says, "Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, so much the more as you see the day approaching." Right? So, it's becoming more and more evident that the body has to get, tighter and tighter, man. Right? We get closer together, and we're cutting off the world more and more, right? Because the point, we're getting to the point where unbelievers are, what's the word? Are going to be a liability, man. Right? People who aren't on the same page as you, right, are going to be a liability in this walk, right? That's why it talks about Salakia, observing the time when you be amongst the indiscreet, man. Right? When you observe that time, you're mindful of the sacrifice that you're giving when you could be, building with someone of like mind, man, of like character. You know. Now going back, for the inspiration of the lesson, it was here in Romans first chapter. This is Romans chapter 1, and we'll start in verse 8. It reads, "First, I thank my power through Yahweh Shah HaMashiach for you all, that your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world. For the Most High is my witness, whom I serve with my spirit in the gospel of his Son, that without ceasing I make mention it's like that without ceasing I make mention of you always in my prayers." Right? So we're always considering the body, man. Right? Always praying for the elect, you know. Yahweh Shai prayed for the elect. Lord willing, we be of that number. We pray for the elect, man. We pray for the other believers, right? Being in continual, putting those supplications up, man, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. Romans 8, Romans 1 and verse 10, it reads, making request, if by any means now at length I might have a prosperous journey by the will of the Most High to come unto you, for I long to see you, that I may impart unto you some spiritual gift, to the end you may be established. Right, so we're all being established. We're being rooted. We're, like it says in the NLT, we're growing strong in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right, and that's those spiritual gifts that come through, right, being in the midst of the body, man. Right, brothers talk about, you miss a day, you miss a lot. Right, so how much growth potential is gained from those experiences, man. It says, verse 12, that is Salakia, that is, that I may be comforted together with you by the mutual faith both of you and me. Right? Now when you go to this word mutual, Salakia, wrong verse. This is mutual, Strong's G 240. It says the point, reduplicated one another, each other, right, to be right in one accord, man. Right, like it says reciprocally, right. We're all on the same track. We're all in the same mind, you know, right. Can two walk together and not be agreed, right? Let's get that. Because that agreement, right, is very important, man. This is Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed, right? And that walk going into the word the rock, meaning a way, the way of life, right? So can you be right on the same path and not be in agreement, man? And the answer is no, right? So with the elect are all in the mindset of serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? And the point being, again, that we receive that comfort, right? We receive that comfort as a result of being in the same lockstep together, man. Now let's get this here. Salakia. And we can close with this. Just something real quick, man. Just knowing, we get comforted, right, by being around those of like minds, man. Right, those who believe, right. Whenever we find ourselves in dire straits, right, it lifts that burden, right, when you're around brothers, man, right. When you watch when you watch lessons, when you read, right, because you're still in, hand in hand with, someone who's following Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You're of that same mind, and even more so, if you can't get around, brothers in person, man, right. Now this is Isaiah 35 And verse 3, it reads, strengthen ye the weak hands. Actually, it's, strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees, right? Just going into strengthening, encouraging, right? Because what's it say in Acts 14 and 22, right? Right, confirming the souls of the disciples, right? Let's grab that and I'll come back to this. It's Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High, right? So understanding that, right, we're coming into this time of great tribulation, man, right? But we know that we have to go through this to get to the kingdom, right? And when you have somebody who also believes that and also understands that, it confirms, like it says, it strengthens believers, man, right? It encourages you to keep the faith, right? It builds you up to understand that we got to go through these sufferings in order to get to, right, the ultimate victory, man, right? And that's again another comforting thing, man. So going back, Isaiah 35. And we'll start back in verse 3. Strengthen ye the weak hands and confirm the feeble knees. And say to them that are of a fearful heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power will come with vengeance. Even the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, with the recompense, he will come and save you. And that's the point. It's like it. That's the point. We understand that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming to save his elect, right? To redeem us. Lord willing, we be of that number. And that's why it says, be strong, fear not, right? To those that are of a fearful heart, right? And there's, it's always going to be some level of fear in this flesh, but we understand that, the Lord is putting us in these positions to strengthen us, man, right? To build our faith, to confirm, the faith of the believers, man, right? And again, right, as Yahushua prayed in John 17th chapter, let's get that and then we can close it out. And Salakia, the internet moving kind of slow right now. Okay. So this is John 17 and 15. It reads, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil, right? And being kept from that evil, right, is a part of that comfort, man. The Lord gave us this comfort. The Spirit was sent to us to comfort us in these times, man. Right? And that Spirit is dwelling in each and every one of you believers, man. Right? So as the like the scriptures say, where there are two or more gathered, he is in the midst. So we understand that we receive comfort, right, from being around those who are who are our mutuals, man. Right? Just going back to that, and we'll close with that. It's a lot. Getting over this cold, man. This is Romans 1 and verse 12. That I may be comforted together with you by the mutual faith, both of you and me. Right? So we're comforted by the mutual faith that we've received, right? Through Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, that spirit is sent down, right? And every believer who has that spirit, comforts one another, right? So just a quick lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. The Lord one that was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. I'm going to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with our truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Hey, Kwame Yasharala and the Bible Ball. Shalom.